the drama surrounding the Cleveland Browns has reached a boiling point so intense that even longtime fans, the ones who've lived through decades of heartbreak and chaos, are calling this latest debacle something entirely different. Something deeper. Something darker. Something that feels less like a bad loss and more like the unraveling of a team that doesn't seem to understand what it has right in front of it. Because what happened on that field wasn't just a defeat. It wasn't just a coaching error. It was a collision of brilliance and stubbornness, of momentum and mismanagement, of a rookie quarterback rising into his moment while the very people responsible for guiding him slammed the door shut in his face. And now, because of all of it, a franchise player like Miles Garrett is speaking in ways we've never heard from him before, his frustration turning into a spotlight shining directly on the head coach's mistakes. The game itself should have been a celebration. It should have been a routine win that reminded the league the Browns were still dangerous. They were facing a Tennessee Titans team sitting at one win, battered, demoralized, and struggling to create anything resembling momentum. Cleveland came in as 12-point favorites in front of their home crowd. This was supposed to be a reset, a confidence builder, maybe even the game where their rookie quarterback could breathe a little easier and carve out moments at his own pace. Instead, it turned into a storyline that felt ripped from a sports tragedy, the kind that analysts dissect for years because it reveals fractures inside a team long before the final record does. Shedeur Sanders didn't walk into this matchup with low stakes. He walked in with expectations, with pressure, with critics waiting to tear him apart the moment he slipped. Being the son of Deion Sanders doesn't just put your name on posters. It puts a target on your back. But pressure didn't crush Shedeur. It activated him. From the first snap, he played like a quarterback who understood exactly what was at stake. His arm looked electric, his accuracy razor-sharp, and every decision showed the poise of someone far ahead of schedule in his development. He threw for an astonishing 364 yards. He delivered 3 touchdown passes that showcased timing and touch rarely seen in rookies, especially the beautifully thrown fade to Fannin that demonstrated a complete mastery of ball placement. Then he added a rushing touchdown, further silencing anyone who dared call him one-dimensional or slow-footed. He created offense when plays broke down. He stayed calm when the pocket collapsed. He showed leadership when things looked bleak. And yes, he made a mistake. The interception was ill-advised, a moment where he tried to do too much. But that single misstep became the launching point for something even more impressive, the way he responded. Great quarterbacks aren't defined by how few mistakes they make. They're defined by how they rise after they make them. And Shedeur rose. He went on to orchestrate 2 electrifying fourth-quarter touchdown drives, including a breathtaking 80-yard march in just 7 plays. The crowd could feel it. The sidelines could feel it. Even the Titans could feel it. The Browns had life again, not because of a stroke of luck, but because their rookie quarterback took control of the game the way seasoned franchise players do when everything is on the line. And then, just when the Browns needed to capitalize on all that momentum, all that brilliance, all that leadership, Kevin Stefanski made the decision that is now haunting every conversation around this team. Instead of trusting the player who had delivered him to that moment, instead of rewarding the quarterback who had played like a star all afternoon, Stefanski yanked Shedeur off the field for a wildcat play nobody asked for and nobody believed in. A play that wasn't adjusted based on momentum. A play that wasn't influenced by how well Shedeur was performing. A play that wasn't even selected because of something that happened on the field. It was a predetermined decision written down days earlier, unshakable, inflexible, and completely disconnected from the emotional and strategic rhythm of the game. And unsurprisingly, the Wildcat failed miserably, costing the Browns not just a chance at overtime but a chance at salvaging a season spiraling into chaos. It wasn't just bad coaching. It was stubbornness overpowering logic. What turned this coaching failure into an organizational meltdown was what happened after the game, when Miles Garrett, a player who almost never publicly criticizes decisions, stepped up to the microphone and spoke with a sharpness that could cut through steel. Garrett didn't raise his voice. He didn't accuse anyone outright. But the weight of his words was unmistakable. By praising Shedeur's composure, his playmaking, his resilience, his command of the huddle, Garrett made the implication loud enough to echo across the league. If the quarterback looked great, if he delivered in the biggest moments, if he was clearly the reason the Browns even had a chance, then why wasn't he given the opportunity to finish the job? Garrett didn't need to say the coach made the wrong decision. He let the truth hang in the air between every sentence. And while Garrett spoke with clarity and purpose, Stefanski's press conference was a maze of empty statements and evasive answers. He repeated the same generic phrases again and again, took responsibility without truly accepting blame, and defended decisions that every player in that locker room knew were indefensible. When pressed on why he didn't trust Shedeur in those moments, Stefanski exposed what might be the biggest problem of all. He admitted he had already decided during the week that if they needed a 2-point conversion, they were running Wildcat. Not because of momentum, not because of matchups, not because of what the rookie quarterback was doing on the field, but because of a pre-planned script that he followed blindly even as Shedeur was putting on a performance worthy of national headlines. As if the coaching problems weren't enough, the Browns' defense struggled in ways that left players shaking their heads, allowing 184 rushing yards to a team that had no business dominating on the ground. Special teams were a disaster. Injuries piled up. And with each mistake, each breakdown, the pressure on the coaching staff grew heavier. But none of that excuses the decision that overshadowed everything else. None of that explains why the brightest young star on the field was taken out of the game in the moment he earned the right to lead his team. This loss wasn't about talent. It wasn't about effort. It wasn't about execution. It was about leadership at the top failing the players on the field. It was about a coach refusing to adapt. It was about a team whose veterans are now openly, though professionally, questioning decisions that cost them games. And in the middle of it all stands Shedeur Sanders, a rookie trying to grow, trying to prove himself, trying to carry a franchise on his shoulders while the people calling the plays seem to be working against the very things he does best. And now the Browns are facing questions no team wants to answer. Can a locker room recover from this kind of coaching decision? Can a rookie quarterback keep believing in a system that doesn't believe in him when it matters? Can a team with talent at key positions overcome the confusion and rigidity coming from the top? Before you go, what do you think needs to change in Cleveland? Was this loss the product of one bad decision or a deeper coaching problem that's been brewing all season? And has Shedeur Sanders now shown enough to earn full trust moving forward, regardless of what the analytics say on paper? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy deep dive breakdowns like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another story. Your voice helps shape